So welcome back to Home Inspection Bytes. This is the place to go to get bite-sized information for the first-year home inspector, and we're taking the high road to give you the high ground advantage in your home inspection career. Now, today we have with us a very close and personal friend of mine. He's from the Phoenix area, and this gentleman has been performing home inspections for nearly 20 years. And 5 years ago, Mark successfully changed his business model from the independent operator to a multi-inspector firm. And we're really excited to chat with him for a few minutes today, pick his brain a little bit because you guys asked to get some more information on what it's like to build or work for a multi-inspector firm. So I want to welcome Mr. Mark Mandery. Hey, Mark, how's business?
Hey, Derek, how are you? Yeah, actually I did. I had a full day today. I had 3 inspections.
Really?
Busy day in Phoenix. Gotta love
it. So, I got to ask you, I know you've been doing this a while, pretty close to 20 years. Have I got that right?
Yeah, almost 20 years now.
Oh my gosh. I really hate admitting that, for both of us. I did my first home inspection back in 94, and I hate to admit how long ago that was. So tell me, because it's really important to home inspectors. There's 2 things that home inspectors brag about: who's done more home inspections and who's got the bigger flashlight. So how many home inspections have you done in your career now?
Well, to start off with, I use a Streamlight, so I got a good size flashlight. No, I could honestly say, based off average, about 400 a year, over 20 years, and it's thousands. And honestly, I don't keep track. That really doesn't matter to me how many I've done. It's the experience that I've gained doing it.
I got to ask you, because I know you and I both started out our careers at separate times, of course, but we both started out working for somebody else. What made you decide to break out on your own and go independent?
I was actually a district manager for one of the largest inspection companies in the nation for about 9 years.
Right.
And really got kind of sick of the corporate life, doing what they wanted me to do and not being able to give my clients what I thought they deserved.
Right.
So that's why I decided to go out on my own. And technically, did I go out on my own? No, I went with a partner.
Right.
I love that multi-inspector firm setup just because there's always somebody to back up and to have your back, basically. The big thing with the multi-inspector firms, and something that, that's why I've always kind of glommed onto having the multi-inspector firm. And one of the big reasons for that is that you're not out there on your own. You have a support network. So, I don't know about you. I like my vacations.
Oh, yeah.
I love to go on vacation and take a week off here and there. I think I deserve it through the year. So in this case, if you're a single man firm and you're out there doing that, well, agents as well as I do, they're going to call you and they can't get you 2 or 3 times. They're going to move on to the next guy and they might like you better. In this case, you've got somebody that's doing things just like you do, that they can, it gives them that continuity. So they're not feeling like they're doing their clients a disservice either. So we need to keep those agents happy. And obviously we're not going to lie to them or not tell them something about what we're doing or what we're finding, but what we do want to do is make sure that they're satisfied with our product, and having a consistent product over multiple inspectors makes a big difference for that.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit, that dynamic, because you said that you and your business partner are polar opposites. I remember taking you out on your parallels in Phoenix years ago, and, getting whatever opportunity I could to impart to you what I knew. But you and I are very different. We have a different business philosophy. You're the guy who likes to be around other folks. You like to be, the man in charge, the leader, everybody's friend, and George Washington across the Delaware, kind of thing. Me, I'm the guy, I'd rather work on my own. I don't want all of that extra added responsibility. That's something that I share with my students all the time. It's not that running a multi-inspector firm is a bad thing. I just don't care for it. So, you could make really good money on your own. Okay.
Oh, definitely.
And you look at these numbers, and they're real numbers, folks. Look them up. The average home inspection fee is around $400, $450 nationwide. And guys like you and I, that we go after this, we do it full time. We do 4, maybe 500 inspections a year. That's not difficult math to do. That's, close to $250,000 in gross revenues a year. So why is it that if you could make that kind of money on your own, you personally, or maybe you and your partner, decided to open and start a multi-inspector firm?
Well, one of the things that we looked at, and again, this is kind of coming back to that I've always been with a multi-inspector firm, is having that backup in case I'm out of town or I'm doing this or I'm doing that. The other
No.
part is obviously wanting to build something bigger than just me, something that I can leave to my kids. If I build right now, we're at our inspection firm right now is we've got 8 employees. As we build that, well, they can continue on that. So I can pass off. I'm starting to get old. I'm not going to want to crawl through attics forever. I can start passing those off to those and do more or work more into a management role,
Right.
to where I'm just supporting them and
Hmm.
then collect the dividends still off of that. Now, again, like you said, it takes a special kind of person. You have to be able to train and keep them
Yeah.
under your wing and make sure you're keeping on top of them, because what ultimately happens if any I could go out there and I could hire 15 guys tomorrow and put them under me, but the way I look at it is they're all representing me. I've got
Right.
to make sure that they can represent me in a proper sense so that I still have my good reputation. So it's almost kind of selfish in a way. You want to build something bigger than you
Yeah.
and have an extension of you that you can make money on for years.
Right.
And
You
that's
know,
what those come down to.
I think that's a really good perspective, because you said something really important there, and I kind of want to ask you to kind of follow up on that one. You said that, when you train somebody, they're an extension of you. They're representing you, and they, even though you're really the company, you're that guy behind the curtain, pulling the gears and the levers to make the fire blow and the wizard come to life. But they end up being the face of your company. When you talk to these guys and you're training them, how do you deal with the guy that only wants to come to work for you and only work for you for a year, cut his teeth on your dime, and then bail and go start his own business? How do you deal with that?
Well, that honestly is part of the business. It really
Right.
is, and you have to know that going into it if you're going to start a multi-inspector firm. Now,
Right.
what we've done to try to separate ourselves is we bring in everybody and try to get them involved,
Right.
and not use them as just a number. We're not just, oh yeah, well, do inspections for us and we'll give you a paycheck. We want
Hmm.
them to be involved with business development and marketing and things like that, so they kind of feel a part of the family. That's But there are those guys. We've actually lost a couple already. Same thing.
Yeah.
They came in, they were with us for a year, and they're like, "No, I'm going to go out and do it on my own." There can't be any hard feelings. I'm still in contact with both of them.
Yeah.
Uh, it it is what it is. Th-
So you managed to
th-
maintain a pretty good relationship with these guys, even though they kind of, bailed on you like that?
well, yeah. I mean, and we put it out there, right away. A lot of companies will do that to where they say, "Okay, well, you owe me a year, or you're going to have to pay back whatever."
Right.
Uh, but after that point, you can't hold them to it. I mean, this business originally back, I mean, you've been doing this longer than dinosaurs have been around. I know that. Uh, you were doing the Flintstones house, but anyway, back then, you know, all the schools that were on TV and all the bigger schools and the online schools and things like that. Well, it was before online schools.
Yeah.
Uh, they were all touting, "Hey, this is a business you can start yourself," and it
Yeah.
still is.
Yeah. It really
It's
is.
still a completely the agents and the clients. That relationship is with you, not with a big no-name company.
Right. Right.
You build those relationships between you and the agent, and that's what I'm saying. When we hire somebody or we bring somebody on to do inspections for us, we have to make sure that they're going to be an extension of us and not just doing their own thing. We want to make sure they're kind of doing things the way we do, so we don't upset our agents. It doesn't hurt our reputation, and they keep going.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different style. Again, you and I both have completely different styles when we're doing a presentation. doesn't make either one of us less effective. We both have great careers. However, it all depends on those people that you communicate with and back and forth.
So the relationship then is really about the inspector and the agent and the client.
It really is.
Every home inspector, and you hit the nail right on the head, Mark, and that is that every home inspector's got a different communication style, and each of us is going to attract a different kind of realtor. Because realtors are so relationship oriented, they tend to attract certain types of clients, and they want certain types of home inspectors with that communication skill that they like. And that's what makes so much room in this business for all of us, and why you could do, just a business on your own, or you could go to work for a multi-inspector firm, because that's where the value is in any home inspection business. The fact that we've been out there pounding the pavement, building those relationships, earning that trust with those agents that like the way we do business, right?
Mhm.
And that's what makes us successful in the long run. So, I think it's really proof positive that home inspections is not a sprint, it's a marathon.
It's definitely a marathon. And
Yeah.
again, just not trying to go off script with too many stories here. But years ago, I actually had an agent, very dear agent of mine,
Mhm.
did the exact same thing to me. Didn't want to use me. Ended up using one of my colleagues at the time that was working
Mhm.
with me with a small firm. Went with him for many, many years. Well, that inspector, obviously, he got to a point he passed away. Now
Yeah.
this agent, he came right back to me and said, "Hey, I want you to do my inspections," even though he
Right.
said way back in the past, "No, never again." He came back to me, and he's actually one of my best agents now, and he tells everybody, all of his clients, "Oh my God, yeah, I've known Mark for almost 20 years. We're great friends. I know all of his family, blah, blah, blah." They will come back over time. Uh, a lot of that happens when you gain experience. Uh, they see that you're consistent every time. That's the biggest thing I can say. Be
Right.
consistent with every inspection you do, and find everything, document everything properly. Don't say, don't bow down to the agent saying, "Oh yeah, you're right, and no, I'm not going to tell the client this or that." You have to
Mhm.
be quite honest, and let your integrity and your consistency shine through, and
Right.
you'll do well.
So what we always try to do here at Home Inspection Bytes is to try to, kind of end it on a positive, encouraging note, to kind of give the guys that are out there their next steps, maybe even just a reason to get up and go out there and do some marketing tomorrow. So, what kind of advice would you give to that person? That guy who's just out there, he's pounding the pavement. He does a couple inspections this week and then nothing next week and then an inspection the next week. You know how it is when you're first getting started. What kind of advice would you have for that guy who's just out there getting started now?
Again, be consistent. Do the marketing. Go out there, pound the pavement. Do it just like a job.
Right.
Eventually, it will pay off. I had a mentor years ago that told me every time you're told no, you're going to get told no 7 times before you get told yes.
Yeah.
Keep
Good
that in
advice.
mind and just keep going over and over and over again, and
Yeah.
keep marketing. Eventually, it will start paying off.
So, well, thank you so much, Mark. We really appreciate you coming on and joining us and sharing your insights. We're definitely going to have to get you back again. Let's give Brian in here, your business partner, and we'll also, kind of weave into this video a few pictures of your company and your guys doing home inspections and stuff like that. Plus, we're going to put a link to your website on there so other home inspectors can see, what they have to look forward to in the next few years. So thank you so much for joining us.
I appreciate that. If you have any inspectors in the Phoenix area looking for a job, give them a call or have them give me a call.
I
Thank you
will do
very
that.
much.
Definitely.
I
Awesome.
appreciate it, Derek. You have a great night.
All right, thanks. And you folks, thanks for watching, and stick around for the next video because we're constantly updating content and putting good stuff out there. At Home Inspection Bytes, we're taking the high road to give you that high ground advantage in your first year as a home inspector. Thanks for joining us. See you again.